All right, so I got some viewer mail. It's from Leonard. He asks, could the 6mm arc replace the 5.56? And the short answer is yes. Should the 6mm arc replace the 5.56? That's a whole nother ball of wax. So that's what we're going to be getting into in this video. Should the 6mm arc replace the 5.56? Why or why not? Before we get into that, don't forget to shop at onlytacticalfans@shopify.com. That's where I got all your emergency gear. I'm raised now. I understand a lot of things are out of stock. It's a small business. We're on a shoestring budget. We basically have to let things run out of stock before we can order new stuff in. But we do have stuff coming in really soon, so check that store because this is stuff you actually need. Stuff specifically made for gunshot wounds, survival, that sort of stuff. Anyways, so let's get into it. If the 5.56 had to be replaced, why not use the 6mm arc? Same platform, better performance, less cost than a full overhaul like with the NGSW program. Now this comes down to the NGSW, and that's where the confusion kind of comes in, is it's not that you have to replace the 5.56, they want to replace the 5.56. Now that's a whole nother video on why or why not they believe this, but that's not what we're talking about today. We're just talking about basically the 6mm arc replacing the 5.56. So, sounds like a great idea, right? You get to keep your AR-15, just swap a couple of parts. You're swapping calibers, and you get upgraded performance. Not a new rifle, not a new rifle program, no new training programs, anything like that. You just take your AR-15, change calibers. Ballistically, the 6mm arc versus 5.56. So now I'm going to be using the 62 grain M855 just because that's typically what you use. And yeah, it's kind of cool talking about the military and that, but what do we really care about? Ourselves. So how would this affect us? Well, the M855 or the 62 grain, you're looking at 3,000 feet per second at the muzzle and you're looking at 1,200 foot-pounds. Not too bad at all. The 6mm arc, you're looking at 108 grain projectile. You're looking at 2,700 feet per second at the muzzle. And you're looking at 1,750 foot-pounds of kinetic energy. So you start off with quite a bit of more kinetic energy. It doesn't really sound that much because you're both like over 1,000 and you're both close to 1,500. But I mean, we're talking about like a 500, what is it, 500 foot-pound difference, something like that. And it's going to hold that energy a lot farther. So at distance, what are we looking at? Because that's where it truly matters. That's where the 6mm arc shines. 5.56 at 500 yards, you're looking at 400 to 600 foot-pounds of kinetic energy. That's about like a 45 ACP, right in that ballpark. 6mm arc, you're looking at 900 to 1,000 foot-pounds of kinetic energy at 500 yards. I should have probably put some comparisons up there, but I'm pretty sure that's about online with like a Magnum caliber pistol. Where 6mm arc shines? Well, you're looking at, it carries energy further. You're going to carry that energy like we were just showing at the 500 yards. You're going to have more energy downrange. Handles wind better. Because it's a longer, more aerodynamic projectile, it's going to handle the wind better. You're not going to have as much wind drift. Stays effective at range. Not bad at all. Bridges the gap with 5.56 in larger calibers. So this will split the difference between like a 308 and a 5.56. So why not just switch? Basically, the military doesn't pick cartridges based on ballistics. If that was the case, well, they'd all have 50 BMG because you're not going to get any better ballistic than the 50 BMG except for like maybe like a 408 Shytac or something like that. But there's a lot more that goes into a cartridge than simply ballistics. Turns out it's not how it works. Like I said, you know, there's more that goes in the cartridge besides simply ballistics. Weight, it adds up quick. Your 5.56, you're looking at 12.7 ounces for a 30-round magazine. That's 5 ounces heavier per magazine. A 6mm arc, you're looking at 17.8 to 18 ounces per 30-round magazine. Over 7 magazines, you're looking at an additional 2 pounds. So for your standard military loadout, if you had 6mm arc, same amount of ammunition, you have 2 extra pounds of gear. That's a lot. Because the 5.56, including the magazine weight, is roughly 1 pound, for the same exact weight, you can carry 2 more magazines. So instead of 7, you can carry 9 magazines of 5.56 under the same exact weight. Now here's where it really becomes important for the military because they're not dealing with 30 and 40 rounds. They're dealing with pellets. So how much is 100,000 rounds of 5.56? You're looking at 2,650 pounds. That's kind of a lot. Well, what about 6mm arc? Same exact round count, you're looking at 3,700 pounds. Wow, that's a half ton more weight. That's crazy. An extra 1,100 pounds, well not, yeah, 1,050 pounds to carry the same exact round count with 6mm arc. You see where it starts to add up? Because when you got a C-130 with, I don't know, 1,000,000 rounds on it, that's a lot of extra weight. All right, so where's the ballistics going to shine? So at 300 yards, which is the standard combat distance, your 5.56 is going to drop 8 inches. Your 6mm arc is going to drop 6 inches. So it does have less drop, but does that drop really matter? I just so happen to have a tape measure right here. So 8 inches, 6 inches. This much of a difference in drop. Get it in the light so you can see. So we're talking about the bridge of the nose to the tip of the nose, or one eye to the other eye, or the tip of the nose to the mouth. In my opinion, that drop doesn't make much of a difference. Part wear. You're going to run through more parts quicker with the 6mm arc. Now I get that these are car parts, but I'm having the AI help me make these slides because I would only be able to put out like one video a week because there's so much work that goes into it. So, yeah, well, we're just ignore the AI parts, okay? You're going to have more bolts wear out. Things are just going to wear out faster because the 6mm arc's at a little bit of higher pressure. Ooh, shit, I think I hit 2 slides. So we're looking at new barrels. Obviously that's a barrel. We're talking about gun barrels. New bolts, that's a bolt. We're talking about rifle bolts, totally different. Again, the AI is helping with these, so sorry about the goofy pictures. Bam! So we're going to have the military going through parts quicker. That's just the way it is. All right, so let's talk about reality here. The military, their typical accuracy, depending on what rifle it is, but generally across the board, you're looking at 3 MOA. That's the same with the M4, the NGS-double, even that brand new rifle, still shooting about 3 MOA.
You know, the 13-inch barrel gun and the GP ammo, is you're going to see that it's about a 3.5 minute system between the ammo and the gun.
The M14, what does that mean realistically? Well, you're looking at 9 inches at 300 yards of spread. So realistically, you can consistently hit a 9-inch target, which is this big at 300 yards. Why does that matter? Well, look at exactly about what's 9 inches. So past 300 yards, shit, even at 300 yards, headshots just really ain't that practical. If you get one, if you take a headshot, there's a good chance you're going to miss. Not you, but the rifle's accuracy capabilities. So at 500 yards, you're looking at 15 inches right there. Why does that matter? Oh, look, what's 15 inches? So regardless of ammo, because it's consistent across the military platforms, I don't know if it's because things get mass produced, maybe it's because they actually train with their weapons a lot. Whatever the reason is, they typically run about 3 MOA for accuracy. So realistically, like a torso shot, you're maxed out at about 500 yards. Realistically, a headshot, you're maxed out at about 300 yards. So why make a rifle, or why chamber a rifle with a cartridge that can shoot way farther than the rifle's capable of doing? Yes, you can get those shots to happen, but we're talking about consistent, reliable, first round shots. 300 is the max you're going to go for a headshot. 500 is the max you're going to go for a torso. So it's not just weight that's a problem too. If you were to change this over, you're talking about a whole new ammunition supply chain. You got to tool up all the factories, new magazines because they don't take the same magazine, new bolts, new parts, new training programs, new manuals, new qualification standards. We're talking about just this whole giant ass bag of potato chips that comes with switching over to caliber. Even though we're using the same platform, we're just switching the caliber. Yeah, there's still a lot that has to happen. What is 6mm arc actually good at? It's a smarter cartridge for specific roles. For you, as a civilian, 6mm arc may make a lot of sense. As a designated marksman, yeah, 6mm may make a lot of sense. Other smaller roles, yeah, 6mm makes sense. That doesn't convert to mass adoption, mass infantry. Why does it make sense? Or I already kind of went through this designated marksman role. If you need more range, like you personally, yes, that's a great choice. Specialty roles. Doesn't go to, I already covered this. It doesn't translate to mass adoption. It just doesn't. Just because there's so much logistics that goes in it. The 5.56 can do the same job basically better, because you have to remember, drones change the landscape of warfare. Drones are, now that drones and everything are in there, when I looked up the Ukraine kills, 5% of battlefield kills were done by your rifle. So 95% of your rifle will not, or 95% of your fighting, your actual killing, will no longer be done with a rifle. The rifle still has a role. CQB, getting in and out of vehicles for when you're on patrol and boom, you're nose to nose with the enemy. That's where your rifle comes in. So making it stretch out to these long distances just don't make sense. You're putting all the advantages in the wrong spot. So with CQB, getting in and out of vehicles, having a light rifle so you can carry more drone equipment on your back, 5.56 does a better job than 6mm ARC. 6mm ARC is better than in several ways, but that doesn't mean it's better than the entire military running it. Yes, 6mm ARC kills 5.56 ballistically, it carries energy better, but that doesn't mean it's a better round to adopt. Anyways, thanks for watching. Just to recap, 6mm is great cartridge. Perfect for you in your civilian roles. For the military, no. When you scale it up, 5.56, when you scale both of them up to like millions of people having it, 5.56 just makes more sense. Better logistically, better weight, better at CQB roles, better at getting out of vehicles, better at having an overall lighter package, better for getting aim, again, logistics and ammo on the battlefield. Anyways, I hope this answered your question. Leonard, I really do appreciate you writing to the P.O. Box. It's really cool getting letters. I love getting letters there. If you guys would like to support the channel, again, Only Tech Fans is the best way to do that, but there is another option. If you don't want to spend money and support the channel, that's clicking on that Amazon affiliate link. Just by clicking on that link, even if you don't buy what that link is for, just clicking on it. Like if you see your girl doing some Amazon shopping, be like, hey, before you do that, just click on the CRS link beforehand. Doesn't increase the prices or change the prices at all. And I get a little kickback for it because Amazon sees that as me sending you there, so they reward me for it. Great way to support the channel, doesn't cost you an extra penny. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.